It's okay. But when you find someone like, Canelo or Golovkin, it's a different kettle of fish, I have to lean towards Canelo.
You're not going to beat Canelo until somehow over a long period of time Canelo beats himself.
Canelo fired back at Terence Crawford during the press conference, making it clear that he doesn't see Crawford on his level. He said he dislikes fighters who only aim to last the full 12 rounds without really engaging, adding that this approach leads to boring fights that leave fans unhappy. According to Canelo, boxing should always be about real competition, action, and excitement, not just playing it safe. Kell Brook, who has shared the ring with top names like Gennady Golovkin and Terence Crawford, gave a strong warning about the upcoming fight. He explained that this matchup will be completely different from anything Crawford has faced, as Canelo brings a unique style. Brook pointed out that while Crawford relies on speed, skill, and sharp timing, Canelo combines power, fight IQ, and tactical versatility. That, he said, is what makes Canelo such a dangerous opponent and a tough challenge for Crawford.
It's a wow. It's a wow fight. It's two supreme athletes fighting against each other. But you've got to sway towards Canelo. Crawford's gonna have to move up, and I know when I boxed Golovkin, there's a big difference. Especially with someone that fighting a middleweight, a mediocre world champion's okay, but when you're fighting someone like Canelo or Golovkin, it's a different kettle of fish. I have to lean towards Canelo, but Crawford's very, very, very good.
You think Crawford's still got the legs? Obviously, he's very much got great IQ in the ring.
Brook stressed that Canelo's skill to adjust during a fight and use his strength to control the action makes the battle extremely tough for anyone. He explained that facing a powerful and versatile fighter like Canelo requires a whole new mindset and level of preparation. Brook made it clear that the test Crawford is stepping into is nothing like his previous fights. In his opinion, Canelo's style and approach give him a clear advantage, and his warning to Crawford was simple: this is not the kind of opponent he has dealt with before.
He's still got the legs to be maybe outmoving Canelo if he needs to.
Well, I don't know. I think when we look back at Mayweather when he beat Canelo, he's a mover. Crawford's not really like Mayweather in that aspect. He's more, he kind of sets his feet. He's cute with how he approaches chucking shots and moving. You know what I mean? I think it's a different fight to Mayweather, and Canelo's obviously a different fighter from when he boxed Mayweather. But like I say, it's one of them what we've got to tune into and watch. Both unbelievable fighters, but I'd have to favour Canelo. Just his size and his experience, and just his ring generalship. He's got confidence. He's big.
Veteran commentator Jim Lampley showed strong belief in Canelo Alvarez's chances against Terence Crawford. He praised Crawford as a remarkable talent with an outstanding record, but stressed that Canelo's mix of experience, physical power, and mental toughness makes him a serious threat. Lampley pointed out that Canelo's track record of beating elite fighters in multiple weight classes gives him a big advantage. He added that Canelo's high ring IQ and ability to control both pace and distance let him set the tone of a fight, which he sees as crucial. Lampley also underlined that Canelo's solid defense and sharp counterpunching could shut down Crawford's offense. In the end, he suggested that Canelo's complete and well-rounded style might give him the edge despite Crawford's proven skills.
He's a great defender. He has the most solid punch resistance of anybody in the sport. Nobody's ever knocked him off balance. Nobody's ever really knocked him down. There's only one official knockdown in his career, and it was because he bounced off the ropes when Jose Cotto hit him with a hard shot to the chest. And the referee employed a strict interpretation of the rules and said, oh, the ropes held you up, so that's a knockdown. He's never been put on his back by anybody. He rides horseback every morning. His legs are the strongest in the sport. You're not going to beat Canelo until somehow over a long period of time Canelo beats himself. If he gets tired of all the discipline he has had to employ to make all the money he's made, if he has enough giant ranches in the Yucatan, if he has enough beautiful horses, if he has had enough unforgettable dinners with Mexican billionaires in Mexico City and Vegas, then maybe. But my guess is he will retire without incurring another loss, because it's important to him to do that.
Which implies you like him against Bud Crawford.
I do like him against Bud Crawford, but I do think that it's a great fight. Now, I could change my mind when we get closer. Bud Crawford, to me, is a latter-day Sugar Ray Robinson. He has the multiple skills of Sugar Ray Robinson. He can defend or attack. He has a deep inner mean streak that he can employ at any moment in a fight to get what he wants. Before the fight against, help me out here,
Madrimov was his last fight. Spence?
Spence.
Yes.
Before the fight against Errol Spence, there were quite a lot of people in the sport, in boxing media, who were saying, I like Spence to win the fight. I was one of those people who said, no way. Errol Spence doesn't have the depth.
Terence Crawford's career is a testament to his exceptional talent and achievements. He has repeatedly displayed top-level boxing ability, power, and adaptability, earning his place among the sport's elite. However, his style often receives mixed reactions. Inside boxing circles, his technical brilliance and tactical intelligence are widely praised, but many casual fans tend to overlook these qualities in favor of more aggressive and flashy fighters. Crawford's style is based on calculated precision, blending defense, sharp counters, and smart pressure. While highly effective, this methodical approach is sometimes criticized for lacking the constant action casual viewers enjoy. Because of this, the true depth of Crawford's skill is not always fully appreciated.
Crawford, on the other hand, he has been walking down his fighters, and people don't see that but me. For some reason, when I had that tape, people were screaming cat. And it's like David Evanesia, Errol Spence, Sean Porter, Gamboa, a Mean Machine. Even against Madrimov, the way he won the fight was by fighting. It wasn't Floyd Mayweather sticking. This guy has been too athletically gifted, and I mean explosive, hard punching, and too strong for his ops. When he's in orthodox, he boxes more. When he switched, he becomes a puncher. And now he's coming out southpaw. He ends you. He is not, you got to watch him fight. He does do athletic things where his hands and his feet work together, and he catches you for sure. But what he mostly do is he punishes and he bullies his op, because he walks you down and whips your ass. He's an ass whip.
Boxing analyst Bomac shared a different view, recognizing Canelo's skill but highlighting Crawford's superior technical edge. He argued that while Canelo is a top-level fighter, Crawford's accuracy, speed, and ring control give him the advantage. Bomac emphasized Crawford's focus and discipline, noting that he always comes prepared and mentally sharp. This mindset, paired with his refined skill set, allows him to set the pace, control exchanges, and outthink opponents. Although Canelo's power and experience make him a serious threat, Bomac believes Crawford's strategy and technical ability could be the deciding factors if he stays committed to his plan. He concluded that this fight is likely to be a tactical battle rather than just a contest of raw power.
With Canelo Alvarez, it was interesting to see the comments from Canelo on how he sort of assessed Bud Crawford's career. I almost feel after the Spence fight that was like an exclamation point on everything he's done, maybe from the critics who never gave him credit, but it almost seems like Canelo was downplaying his achievements. What do you make of that? Is that to build a fight? Because it sells itself.
Well, I can tell you like this. I think Crawford rebuttal was everybody always say, he hasn't fought nobody, or everybody that he fought was a no name. But I'm gonna tell you like this, what Crawford said. Well, they was something until Crawford fought him. So obviously he's doing a great job because he's making everybody look normal.
Not everyone, like when they go against Canelo, I don't think there's anyone else in boxing who you would ask and say, this is a possible task for, but for Crawford, because of his pound-for-pound abilities. And apparently no rehydration clause, am I hearing that right? He wants full smoke at that weight.
Let's go, man. That's what Crawford wants. He wants to show the world that he's the best, so and why put stipulations in there when you know that you can be the best. So let's go test ourselves.
Look, I appreciate you taking this time. We don't get to speak all the time, so it's good to get you over here. And maybe we'll catch up later in fight week, but I appreciate you. Thank you.
All right.
Canelo Alvarez's business manager, who has guided one of boxing's most successful careers, made strong claims about Canelo's physical advantage heading into the Crawford fight. He stressed that Canelo's body is specially built to take punishment and limit damage, a trait that sets him apart from most fighters in the sport.
I hope that Crawford didn't get any ideas from Skull. I don't think he did. I think Crawford is a hell of a fighter, and it's going to be a hell of a fight.
How does weight play a part in that fight?
Oh, what?
How does weight play a part in that fight, do you feel?
Weight?
Weight. The size difference.
Oh, no, I don't think that, that doesn't, like you saw today, the guy was like, I don't know how much taller. He didn't really play into it either. But Crawford is a hell of a fighter. And you saw today when they did the face-off in the ring, they're virtually height-wise, they are virtually the same. Crawford might even be a little bit taller. But when you look at Canelo, the way he's built, his legs, his shoulders, his neck, that is why he's never been hurt. And he's never been hurt fighting fighters at a substantially higher weight, substantially bigger than him, and they still couldn't hurt him.
Yeah.
And then you look at Crawford, who is a smaller guy, is moving up 2 weight classes, tried at 154, barely won, couldn't hurt Madrimov, and now he's going to go against the guy with the best chin in the sport. That's why probably odds maker have Canelo as a favorite. But having said all of that, Crawford is just a hell of a fighter. I was there when he fought, I was ringside when he fought Spence.
The manager explained that Canelo's conditioning, muscle build, and defensive awareness have helped him withstand damage even against powerful punchers. He called this toughness a major advantage that could be crucial against Crawford, who is naturally smaller and less physically imposing. He also referenced Crawford's recent fights to argue that Crawford may lack the physical strength needed to break through Canelo's durability and solid frame.
The way he just totally neutralized Spence's strengths was absolutely, it was breathtaking to watch this. So Crawford is a very skilled fighter, very smart fighter, but again, he's never fought anybody like Canelo. You look at Canelo's resume. Canelo fought, now it's 21 former or current world champions. There's only 2 fighters in the history of boxing who have more than that. One of them is Floyd Mayweather with 24, and the other one is Manny Pacquiao with 23. And he's the only active fighter who fought so many world champions. So I think experience will play a big factor as well. You look at Canelo's resume, but it is, I think, the biggest fight that can be made. I think it's the biggest fight the sport has seen going back to as long as I can remember. I think it's just simple. And I've done some big fights with Floyd Mayweather, and I did Floyd Mayweather and Canelo. I promoted that, so I think this one is bigger than that.
Analysts agree that Terence Crawford is an elite fighter with top-level skills and sharp ring intelligence. Still, the challenge of moving up in weight to face Canelo, one of the sport's all-time greats, is a tough one. Experts believe Crawford will stick to his proven style, since making major changes this late in his career, especially in a bigger weight class, could be risky. His approach has always focused on accuracy, counterpunching, and tactical patience, and he is expected to rely on those strengths again. The real test will be applying that strategy while carrying extra weight and going up against a stronger, more experienced champion. Analysts suggest Crawford's discipline, ability to execute his plan, and avoiding unnecessary risks will be key to his chances of winning.
How is Terence Crawford going to beat Canelo Alvarez? We need to talk about it. When we look at the guys who've had success with Canelo, we'll look at Bivol, we'll look at Golovkin, we'll look at Floyd, and we'll look at Lara. Yes, I'll throw Lara in there, why not? I think all these fights are absolutely irrelevant coming into this bout. Some of them are just dated, or some of these guys' style just cannot apply. For example, a guy in Lara. If Crawford wanted to fight how Lara fought Canelo, he would probably gas out in 7 rounds, or if he made it 12, he just wouldn't get that decision. It's that simple. Let's take a guy in Golovkin. Crawford just simply does not have the punching power, nor do I think he has the gas tank at 68. He's not a good enough puncher to try to fight Canelo like Golovkin. He doesn't have the physical traits even in the chin department. Then you have Floyd Mayweather. Well, both can have a bit of similarities. The speed, reflexes, technical prowess, IQ, timing, counterpunching, lateral movement. It's just too much from Floyd. I don't think Bud could take much from Floyd's game plan to implement it into his own success in September. And then you have Dimitri. The speed, the technical prowess, the IQ, the length is too much. So essentially, Terence Crawford is going to have to beat Canelo in a way that nobody has ever beaten him or gave him any issues in. I'm going to tell you exactly how Crawford's going to fight. He's going to fight like his damn self. It's too late in his career to change up the game plan. It's too late in his career for him to want to change up the game plan, come into a fight of this magnitude with a style he's never fought before. That will be a recipe for disaster. He's going to be more than likely off the back foot. He's going to be looking for counter shots. And I think there will be a point in this fight where he's simply just trying to survive. I like Crawford. He's an amazing pound-for-pound fighter. A different animal at 168. This is one of the greatest of all time. I see win scenarios for him, but I don't see him being realistic. I can see him fighting off the back foot, using his speed, timing, and feet to stay away from Canelo, but that's very, very, very unlikely, damn near impossible.
Nico Ali Walsh, a young boxer and commentator, gave his view on the matchup, stressing how evenly balanced it could be. He pointed out that Crawford's recent sparring with heavyweights showed his ability to handle bigger opponents, which could help counter Canelo's size advantage. Walsh explained that this preparation proves Crawford has trained specifically for the strength and power of a larger fighter. Because of this, he sees the fight as a genuine 50-50 matchup where either man could come out on top. His take underscores the unpredictability and excitement of the bout, with both fighters bringing different strengths that make it hard to name a clear favorite.
Of Canelo's team. Canelo's one of my favorite fighters. He's been my favorite fighter for the longest time. But, you know, I have to be Team Bud because me and Bud are cool. And I have so much belief in Bud. And I know who he is as a fighter. He is one of the greats. So he could do anything, you know, he wants.
And being around both of them and seeing how they work and train and things like that, what makes both of them the fighters they are, in your opinion?
I've watched Bud, so for Bud in particular, he's calm in everything he does, and that kind of calm is scary to watch because it shows experience. You can see that he's been doing this for decades. You can see it with his shadow box.
Legendary trainer and analyst Teddy Atlas gave a balanced view on the Canelo versus Crawford fight. He recognized Canelo's clear advantages in power, size, and strength, pointing out how much these factors matter in any contest. At the same time, he highlighted Crawford's technical ability, ring intelligence, speed, and determination as equally dangerous weapons. Atlas described the fight as a true clash of styles, Canelo's physical dominance against Crawford's technical sharpness. He explained that both men have qualities that could tip the fight their way, making it a close and competitive matchup. In his opinion, the result will come down to which fighter sticks to and executes his game plan better, calling it a genuine 50-50 battle with strong arguments for either man to win.
Come on, he's human. So he had a few hiccups. He won the fight. He's Terence Crawford. A lot of people say, "Oh, Teddy, you make him so good. You're always saying how great Crawford is." You know, but who's he beating? He unified the what was his first division? Lightweight. Then he unified the junior. Then he unified the junior welter, then he unified the welter. I think I got the weight classes right. It doesn't matter. He unified like 3 different weight classes. He moved up in weight. Guys are tired of me saying it. I look at him. Look, Canelo's special too. I get it. And he's bigger. I get that too. And everyone's going to say, well, after Madrimore fight again, had a couple hiccups. Now he's stepping up another weight class. Now he's got to fight Canelo, who's even bigger, stronger, better puncher. You know, a unified champion that he's been. You know, all of that stuff. He's not going to be able to handle it. I asked this question. See, I go to the other side. I say, okay, Yeah, can Canelo handle the smaller guy who's going to be faster, who's going to be slicker, who's going to be better defensively, who's going to have better legs, who's going to be able sometimes Canelo at this point in his career can slow down a little bit. They're both getting older. I get it.
That wraps up today's video. Stay tuned for the next one.